Welcome to another exciting edition of Million Dollar Peddlers. I'm Paper Guy.
And I'm Mr. Magazine.
And today we bring you some bolos, some interesting stories, some things you can find out there, some problems, some mistakes, some of everything. Take it away.
All right. Cards are hot. I'm going to say it every week until they're not hot, so get used to it. This item here, I actually sold this out of my store almost 20 years ago. This exact piece here to a customer, and he just sold it back to me.
So what is it?
It's a Yu-Gi-Oh! Tin. It's a rare Joey Red Eyes Black Dragon tin.
Now, when you say it's a tin, is there anything inside of it?
There are some gaming cards in there.
Gaming cards inside of it, okay.
So I think it's like you get the deck and some booster packs, enough to play a game of Yu-Gi-Oh! But
what did it go for 20 years ago?
I want to say $15.
Okay. Well, that's a pretty nice reward. What did it go for now?
$960.
Wow, that's nice. And what are you gonna spend all that $960 on?
Oh man, I'd like to go back in time and buy more of these, maybe.
There you go.
Yeah.
Isn't there a problem though with that?
There is an issue. Yes, there is. Like a second after the high bidder won this, they had an issue paying for it, and he was overseas and wanted to cancel the order.
And you did send me the email on it. He said eBay doesn't accept his credit card, and I'm thinking to myself, what are you using, Diners Club? I mean,
Yeah, exactly.
Makes you wonder if he wasn't worried about the shipping cost or maybe the import duties or something other like that.
Right.
Now, this looks familiar. Every once in a while, I scan through your listings. I think I've seen you sell this before.
Yep, we did sell it before for a little less, and the first buyer did not pay for this. So this is a relist, and the second buyer did not pay for this.
So the first one sold for about $800. This one sells for $960. Any luck you won't sell it for $1,200 next time?
Well, I hope. I don't care if I sell it for $780 if I get paid. I'll take a loss on it, or a little less.
See, and that's the crazy thing about it. Buyers bid, and all these things go on, and you just never know exactly what's going to end up happening on it. Word of wisdom, though, as annoying as it is, especially because we offer free returns, you may not believe what they're saying. You may not believe that their cat really got their password and bought the item. You may not believe that they meant to bid $9.60 and they bid $900. You may not believe any of that. But do accept the cancellation, because otherwise what will end up happening is, you have to pay. Yeah. They pay, and then they put in a return. Yeah. And then you may not even get that item back. So better to just accept the cancellation, move on, get it relisted right away, because nothing good can come out of holding them to their end of the contract.
Exactly. Yeah.
Just move on. It's annoying.
Ban them and move, if you can.
Good point.
Yeah, for sure. So maybe next week or the week after we'll have this up for
for real for $15,000.
Should we wait till someone actually pays for it? Maybe we'll wait till someone actually pays for it.
It's coming in 2027.
Oh, that'll be like $5,000 by then. All right. Okay, we've sold one of these every week, I think, but this is the biggest one of them all, the Devil Girl. I don't think we've shown this yet, right?
I don't believe so. Robert Crumb signed a number. Now, it was signed by Robert Crumb?
It was, yes.
Or probably not the Devil
right
Girl.
There, yep.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, she's very agile. And
yes, she is.
This is a rare one, 550 made. It's a larger piece. They sell for more money, so I think I got like $450 for this one.
So again, you may find this kind of thing out there. Anything Robert Crumb, definitely do take a look at. His art is, you definitely know Robert Crumb. Once you know Robert Crumb's art, you know it when you see it. Sure. So definitely worth picking up anything of his out there, especially if you can find it cheap.
Oh yeah. All right, this piece is a very popular Transformer piece. It's I got this from a friend of a friend who knew I bought this type of stuff. And
GI Autobot Jetfire with now, what is box foam packing and armor? What is?
He's all complete with the foam. See the little white foams in there. Yeah. So, sometimes you see him with just loose in the box.
Oh, so that'll sell it for even more money because it's got all the packing
complete.
materials.
I think the instructions were even in there too. So, but $500. But now the good thing is he's bringing me everything out of his collection. So he's happy with what I offered him on this, and now I'm getting even more stuff to sell. So very cool.
He's got a lot of vintage Transformers.
Some Transformers, action figures, all kinds of toys. Yep.
Now, actually, quick question for you. Did you have Transformers growing up?
I did, and I had this piece. It was my favorite piece, actually.
I had one, and I hated it because I am not the kind of person that can do Transformers. I think I was looking at it going, how the heck do you do this?
I can see that, right?
I cannot do it. I will readily admit my faults on that. But I was at a Five Below store the other day, and they had new Transformer, like a one piece.
Yeah.
They're $5.
Yeah.
How much were they back in the day? Because I got it because
They were pricey.
Oh, were they?
This piece might have been 40, 50 bucks.
Well, I'm just
back
talking
in the
about
day.
like the individual ones because I recall they
Yeah.
came like as almost like a Hot Wheel kind of packaging.
Yeah,
didn't
they
back
were
in the
probably
day?
$5-10, and the little ones probably were discounted to $2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The,
'cause
the
I
ones
was-
that were on card, not the box ones, were probably I would say $5 to $10.
Yeah, no, it definitely would have been an on-card one because I remember I got it and I
Yeah.
was like, oh, cool, because I was playing with Hot Wheels and that stuff at that point. And I go, oh, cool, and then I was like, this Hot Wheel sucks. It doesn't doesn't move around very
Doesn't
good.
transform.
No, it did transform. I don't want it. I wanted something a little bit moved. Alrighty, what do we have next?
Next up, all right. They finally sold this after, I don't know, I've had it for a few months. Original Coke cooler from the 50s. Pretty big piece. Has a tray, bottle opener, and so forth.
Wait, is that the cooler or is that the box?
That's the box, but we have the cooler as well.
Oh wow!
So we got the
$300.
yeah, I think that's what I wanted 4 or 5 at one point. I was trying to compete with everyone else, but it was just sitting around for months. The box was a little rough, but I
Now,
figured
how big is that?
it
roughly?
was pretty. I want to say the box was 24 by 20 by 15 or something like that. So
Whoa.
it was a pretty good sized box.
How did you ship that? Post office?
Yep. We'll see if I get a cost adjustment for shipping labels or not. But
Wow.
yeah, we found out that the buyer obviously didn't want it shipped in this box. He wanted it
Right.
preserved into another box. So,
I've heard empty boxes are good.
oh yeah, I could have broken up and made 2 lots out of it. Maybe I would have made more money.
That's true. I think I saw that on a primetime show. Empty boxes are good. A couple of clowns thought they could win the thrift battle with those.
Silly idea. All right, next. These are always hot, especially now. Garbage Pail Kids. I took a
Series 2 through 8,
yeah.
600 of them. Mhm.
So yeah, we counted them up, and going rate they're about 50 cents a piece. So we thought we'd get 300, but I think I took like a $220 offer on it. So, but yeah, you can find these all over the place in any condition. Scarf them up, save them up, build them up, and then sell them in lots. Unless you can build the sets, that's the best way.
Now, is the Atom Bomb really good? I know he's Series 1, but is he really good?
He is really good. Yeah.
Wow.
So there's the A and the B, and I think there's a variation with them. So I think there's four atom bombs. I mean, there's a whole thing online with all the different variations. It's crazy.
Wow. So if you do pick up a lot, let me ask you this.
Mm-hmm.
Are there variations in Series 2 through 8?
I'm going to say yes. Yeah.
So you probably left money on the table.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
But then the question comes, is it worth your time to go through them and figure
Right.
out every single variation? Because
Yeah,
I collect wacky packs, and I know that there's a variation on whether if I remember properly, after the copyright date, if there's 1 asterisk or 2. And there are people out there that collect that. And then there's another variation with whether it's a tan back or a white back, and then that can have the variation with a number of asterisks.
Jeez.
When you really get down that rabbit hole, a master set, the whole set of wacky packs might have, and I'm making it up, might have 640 in it. But by the time you end up building the master set with all of the possible variations, you might be at 2,200
Oh jeez.
cards or something
and
like
you'll be
that. have
broke.
all of
You'll
it.
be broke too, and need to go and commit yourself somewhere.
Wait, that's a half an asterisk. Is that a known error?
Yeah, is that a misprint? All right. So when I was a kid in the '80s, it's a long time ago.
It was a while ago nowadays. Yeah.
There was a local baseball player in minor league, Rochester Red Wings, that I knew. I'm not going to say his name, but I ended up purchasing this collection from him and his son. They had 1,000 McFarlane action figures, sports figures. And I don't know if you've seen McFarlane's, but the packages are pretty big. And 1,000 of them, there was a lot of tubs. I actually had to hire my buddy, Gil. He ended up driving up there, picking them up, and he would rent a big van. But and there's a lot of tubs and less space in my warehouse now due to this. But there are some rare ones. There are some variations. This one I sold for $180.
So it's Ray Bork,
Yeah, it's
Series 1, NHL variant,
Yeah,
Super
it's a
Chase.
Super Chase. It's a variant. So definitely it shows a different picture on the back than what he's wearing. But these are just, you can't go wrong. Even they're all sold out now until the new ones come out. But like they're $15 on up. Most could be $20 to $50.
So basically, if you see now is it just hockey or is it all
any
McFarlane
sport,
Sports?
McFarlane, yeah. Any
So if you
sport.
see McFarlane Sport out there for $5 or under, buy it.
Oh, absolutely.
Sealed. Buy it without
Yeah.
question.
And if it's someone popular, I would even pay up to 10 without even knowing. But you can tell if it's a variant because on the back of the package, you'll have a different color uniform than what they're wearing on the actual figure. So
Well, that's actually an insider tip right there. That'll help somebody.
yeah, but yeah, definitely scarf teeth. And they're out there. I mean, just you never find 1,000 other than me. I did, but it's,
Ooh.
sorry. But, yeah, definitely keep an eye out for those. last up, I picked up a Brett Favre collection and didn't realize this was in there. But
Certified autograph
hand
issue
signed,
9 tops.
and it's not even football season. I went for $178. So,
What year is that? Any idea? Is it recent or older?
It's probably 10 years ago. Let's see if we can.
10 years ago?
2002, 18 years ago.
Wow.
So, yeah, very cool.
So Brett Favre certified. Now, the person that gets it, are they going to get graded? Are those?
They
let me
could
ask you,
grade it.
Is it worth grading the autograph cards? Does that add a lot of value?
If they
or not
feel
as
the
much?
if it's mint, sure. Beckett will double grade it, so they'll mint the card. They'll grade the card and the autograph. So say you got a 10-10, this card could be worth $2,000 probably.
So let me ask you this, because that actually, when they grade the autograph, I've never actually I've seen that before.
Yeah.
They base that on the quality of the autograph, like if it's a sharp signature.
Bold, crisp signature. Yes.
Okay. Oh, I learned something new today too. I'm glad I watched these videos.
Yeah.
Alrighty, over to me. This next thing I have, there are 3 points about it, and for it being a $10 item, that's a lot of points to make out of one $10 item. Yeah, there you go. Needlecraft magazine, lot of 3, 1923 cream of wheat ads. Now, I offer free shipping, and I took $10. Number 1, before you accept your offer, read your listing. I saw the picture, and I said, yeah, $10, I'm asking $20, get it out of here. Not realizing that it was a lot of 3. I didn't even bother reading. Now, luckily, they're light enough magazines that I was able to ship it out for like $4 and some odd cents. I ended up making $1 or $2 off of it. But read your listings on the offers before you accept the offer. Probably everybody out there is doing that. Only newbies like me, noobs, that's what the kids say nowadays. Noobs don't do that. But mistakes have been made, and that was one of them. Number 2, read my condition.
Condition issues as noted below.
Which down below in the listing, pages missing, terrors, etc., etc. I picked it up in a lot of other stuff because I don't tend to buy Needlecraft by themselves. Years ago, I would have just thrown it out. Now I put it together in a lot. So even though I only made $2-3 on it, I made $2-3 versus something that would have been in my garbage historically. Part 3, Needlecraft magazines actually do have cream of wheat ads. Most of them do have it. I pictured the cream of wheat ads down below over here because people will ask you which one is in there. Not the best picture on that one over there, but that is there. That one's there.
Oh, wow. Full page.
Full page ads inside the front cover. They do sell. People do collect those. Probably would have gotten the same amount of money that I just got the covers off, but that's extra work. So,
Sure.
3 tips there. You can lot together damaged items because people do want them. Mention cream of wheat on Needlecraft when you're out there. And read before you accept an offer. Next thing we have over here is this is a really neat little item that I picked up. Did some research on it as I got it, because when you take a look at this, I want you don't know what it's going to be, so I want your honest opinion as just looking at it. I mean, what the heck? Right?
Is that a piece of paper?
It's like almost laminated. I want to almost say it's laminated. Apparently, Kex Radio, your number 1 hit station, had a deal with the Mallory Hotel to put that for the do not disturb sign. Now, how they hung that up, I don't know. There must have been a little thing on the door that you could put it up on.
Right.
Did some research on it, found out that Kex Radio 1190 is out in Portland, Oregon, and the Mallory Hotel is also out in Portland, Oregon. So I was able to place where it was, which probably helped the sale as well, because I said Portland, Oregon. Did a bunch of research on it, mentioning, going into the history of Kex Radio to kind of date it out to when were they around as a radio station, when they were. And I'm thinking it's 1940s. It might be the early 50s as well. But a lot of people would just have that and not even list it, or wouldn't take the time to do the research into it. And I think that definitely helps sell it because it's sold in a very short amount of time there. So it's just kind of a neat little item over there. You'll pay $1 for this at most. Might even get thrown in on a lot of stuff. Another little tip. I know the collection that I got this out of, the person I bought it from is from the Northwest. Another little tip. You may not have known this. I'll teach you something today too.
Thank you.
Radio stations east of the Mississippi have a W. West have a K. There you go. So that automatically placed it out there. So I kind of knew it would be from the Northwest anyway. And then when I did a search on Kex, it all kind of came together. So if you know the collection that you get things out of, it definitely will help you when you're doing listing. Next thing we have is something I picked up for $1 at an estate sale. Thought it was good. Then I thought it wasn't good. Then I thought it was good. I ended up selling it for the $21. I've had it before. Then I realized this was something like the 21st print.
Jeez.
I said 21 prints on this, and people were selling it, but they were selling it like $4 to $5. And I said, $4 to $5, that's way too little on it.
Yeah.
So I got my $21 out of it,
Nice.
listed it in the cat area, and put lots and lots of pictures of the cats. Now, if you
They
like
all look like
cats,
they want to bite someone. What is this, Pet Cemetery?
that is a scary
Yeah, they're
picture.
all look at, they're all want to bite. Wow.
But that just shows you I was able to get $21 where other people were settling for $4 to $5 because of marketing. I listed it in the cat area and just posted a bunch of pictures of it, and I knew some cat collector would want it, and sure enough they were. And it's a catalog. See what they did there?
Yeah.
See what they did there? Next thing we have over here, and this is another example. We have a video coming up, if it hasn't posted already, about share the flaws. If there are condition issues, notify people at the condition issues. I did on the first thing there. They're not complete. I'm figuring somebody's going to get it. They're going to notice, hey, pages 21 through 36 are missing. They're going to notice this.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So Date Book, September 1959. It's a magazine aimed at teenagers, basically, with France Nguyen and Tab Hunter. In Min Jane Brown, Little Rock, it actually has a follow-up story on one of the first girls to go to Little Rock with the school integration. So kind of interesting there. I was probably the only person to even list that in there as well. France, actually, she dated Marlon Brando for a while as well. So she has a lot of people wanting her. So if you see anything with her, list her. She does sell. But read my condition issue there.
Centerfold detached. A number of pages have words clipped like someone needed to do a school project.
Yeah, so in other words, like page 14, the A word, I don't know what the word is, but would be cut out of it. So like, I don't know if you remember back in school, they would have you almost like write ransom notes where you put the different, where you put the different words in. Well, this was one of those instances, but I said, you know something? It's still going to sell. And I think I took a $17 or $18 offer on it, despite it being in that condition. Yeah. But if you like the cover, if you like her, if you want to read about the historical, because it did follow up right over here on the girl from Little Rock, it's a great piece as far as that goes.
Right.
So even though it was damaged, I disclosed the damage and still made the sale. Speaking of damage, apparently, I guess the lesson of today's BOLO is even though things are off condition, you still can get money out of it. Acid Rock Magazine. Now this has... Spring 1978, it's got the Beatles, Janis Joplin, Grateful Dead, Vaughn Bodie, who was a underground comic book artist. I mean, it's got everything in it, but do me a favor. I'm going to teach you how to read. Read the description on this as far as condition.
Heavy waviness on issue and a stain.
This thing had been through the war. Basically, somebody or other had, I don't know, spilled their coffee and decided to wipe it up using this magazine. I picked it up the last day of an estate sale, probably because of the condition issues. Nobody else wanted it. I think I ended up taking $10 or $11 out of it with the shipping. I didn't pay anything for it. It was one of those deals that because it's in the pile and the guy's counting things, he just looks at it. And it's in such bad shape, he goes, throw it in. Because he felt bad charging me anything for it.
Yeah.
You're Mr. Magazine.
Yes.
Do you have this title?
I do not. And it makes me wonder that someday maybe I will get this title. And if I find one in pristine condition,
what's it worth?
What is it really worth if a beat up one or that last Date Book, if those were mint condition, are they $50? Are they $100? I mean, they would have to be.
And that would be the kind of thing, if you pick this up in pristine condition, because it's got so many keywords in it, it might almost be worth something sending out to get graded.
I was going to say, nowadays I would send it out if it was pristine, for sure. And actually I have my two main magazine listers that list the higher end magazines. Anytime they find something mint now, they set it aside and then I decide if I'm going to grade it or not.
Yeah, so that may be the wave of the future. I mean, something like this appeals to so many collectors. And again, it's terrible shape. I will admit it's terrible shape. But instead of throwing it away like a lot of people would do, I rescued it, got it to a new home. Yeah. And if the person that bought it wants it for an article and they want it for the content, Yeah, maybe at some point they'll upgrade, but not. Another thing we have to realize: not everyone's a collector. Yeah, obviously you want nicer shape versus poor shape in general, but if you just wanted to read the article, as long as you can read the article, what difference does it make?
Exactly.
Would you want to pay me $12 for this, or do you want to pay Mr. Magazine $50, or do you want to pick up a graded one for $200 from them that you can't read?
Right.
So
Yeah.
there's a market out there for every condition. Next thing we have over here, which is kind of neat, Great Pacific Wine Company, Hornell, New York, 1916 mailer and price list pre-prohibition. I think I ended up taking a $20 or $22 offer on it. The thing that surprised me is it took since 2016 to sell, 5 years to sell. It's probably one of a kind. You would think it would appeal to Hornell. Even though I listed it back then, it wasn't a bad listing. I got a fair number of keywords in it and that sort of thing. A lot of times alcohol stuff does sell very well. There are a lot of beer collectors. There are a lot of other alcohol collectors. I have noticed that wine items, for me, tend not to sell that well. Now, one thing that you may not know, and I saw it out at a estate sale, and I did not buy it after I did some research, but did you know wine corks sell?
I would think anything still. In lots, I would think they certainly would sell.
Yeah,
You know,
people-
There's probably some rare old ones or something.
People basically save, even newer ones, they save them together and they sell them. And I guess, I don't know what people do with them. I guess they must do them for some kind of projects, craft projects or things like that. So if you are out there and you see a big pile of them sitting in the corner of somebody's thing or asking $1 on it, because somebody saved them up and what are we going to do with these? And they're having their garage sale.
Yeah.
Definitely worth picking up. I mean, they don't go for a lot of money, but they do sell. But wine stuff is not nearly as good as beer and the distillery stuff, just to let you know. Still worth buying if you can get it priced right, but it's not as good. Just letting you know. Next thing we have over here, picked this up for $1 at a estate sale. I took $100 on it.
Oh, wow.
I got a lot of offers on it. The offers were basically, well, I put it up for auction, and I got 2 offers overnight, one at 75 and one at 80. And I said, if I get 2 offers overnight on something or other, I'm not going to accept the offer on it. None of these are out there, but if you take a look at these pictures, just absolutely beautiful. No date on it, but I was able to kind of date it as about 1910 just by the style and the coloring and all that sort of thing. Just really, really nice items. I took the maximum number of pictures on it. I asked the 124 Hope, and I figured it was worth probably around $100. It's about what I figured it was worth.
Yeah.
I did something, it did not sell at auction. I relisted it, and I did something or other that I've never done before. And that is, I used the decline offer if less than, which I have never used before. I said, minimum I want to take on this is $90. Got up the next morning, and there was a $100 offer on it. So I went to accept it. Kind of funny. The guy offered me 70, declined. Guy offered me 80, declined. Guy offered me 100, and it was the same guy.
Yeah.
So he made the offer, and it said nope. Made the offer, it said nope, so he jumped up to $100. I took the offer right away because that was what I was willing to take on it. So even though it isn't something that I use regularly, I think I am going to start to use it if I've got an item like this that I just say, you know something, I don't want to weed through because he would offer me 70 and I would have declined it, whatever.
Right.
I ended up getting right to 100, cut right to the chase on it. So I'm very happy with that. And the last thing we have over here, kind of funny. We were on Auction Professor show a while ago, and I talked about the estate sale that I went to, and this actually came from that same estate sale, where there were a lot of books there, and I was paying $6 a book.
Gotcha.
I paid $6 for the book, and the book sold for $45, so that's not too bad.
Yeah.
As I was listing the book, I found something in the pages of the book.
Oh, nice.
Harp Bible Study Course Self-Quiz Jehovah's Witnesses 1920 Set of 8 Harp of God.
Jeez.
Sitting right in the book. It actually sold for the $92. It sold for twice what the book sold for.
I was going to say what the book sells for.
Book sold for $46. This sold for $92. It was in the book, unmailed, which I didn't even know they would be mailed out. But somebody asked me, "Are these mailed or not?" And I said, "No, they're blank back, no mail. Never been mailed, anything all like that." Did a bunch of research into it, and you could order these directly from the company back in the day for $2, something rather like that, for the set. Set was really, really nice. I think maybe one had a little ding corner on it, but it was nice overall. Just lightware overall. Pictured them all, that sort of thing. But just goes to show you, when you do pick up books, do take a look inside.
Yeah.
This is the second or third BOLO that we've done where I've picked something or other out of the book
Yeah.
that ends up going for more than the book itself. And you just never know. And the crazy thing about it is, even had the seller, the estate sale, seen these in there,
Yeah.
they wouldn't have cared.
No.
They wouldn't have, because
Yeah.
who cares? Or if they did care, oh, what are these? What are these doing in the book? I truly did not know they were in the book when I bought it.
Right.
But even if the person had seen them and said, oh, I'm going to need another $1 or $2 out of these, I'd be like, what are they? Yeah, I
Yeah.
guess I'll take them, whatever.
Basically, it's like finding $9, $10 bills in a book.
Yeah,
Same thing.
essentially, yeah. Yep. So do look through. You'll be amazed what things end up selling for just that you find inside the book. That is where the old books are kind of nice on these kind of things. So hopefully you learned a few things there. Don't make the errors that I made. Eventually, Mr. Magazine will get paid for something.
Hopefully.
And even off-condition stuff does sell. Just make sure that you notice off-condition. You'll be very, very surprised on that. Do note down below if this does help you, if you did find anything out there, if you did learn anything from it. We do respond to all comments. Hit the thumbs up if you could. And subscribe, and I don't know why you're not. We'll see you next video.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Wanna be